Welcome back, Paragon community. I'm Asstastic. For some exciting news and updates, we have the new article posted by Epic Games. Monolith update, everything changes on December 6th. Before we go ahead and dive into this, hit the like button and the subscribe button. Now I'm going to break down each section and highlight the main things to take away from this article. So I'm going to go ahead and dive into the first section. It's from here to there. You all know they removed the travel mode, but they're going to increase the movement speed for every hero dramatically. Now the next section is called It's Just Math. With this, they made the abilities faster and the basic attack speed, execution speed feel a little bit more snappy. But because of this, they're actually making a lot of changes to the damage, armor, health, and mana calculations. They're making them different. So they're not even posting what they're changing. They're just gonna do it and they're gonna highlight it later. The next section we have damage control. They've basically removed physical and energy damage and replaced it with basic and ability damage. Players will now equip cards with unified power stats to increase basic attack and abilities. If, for example, buying damage as Gideon will increase your abilities considerably with a small bump to your basic attack, while buying damage for Murdoch will primarily increase your basic attacks. So that's an example of what the changes for damage control is going to be. The next section is RIP CDR. That's right, there's going to be no more cooldown reduction, bonus stats on cards, nor can you slot a cooldown reduction to an upgrade. So basically, you can only get these cooldown reductions from the complete effect from a card, like Mind Flow, and I'm not too sure about the Chronotonic. So, but we'll see, because it's got a lot more changes coming up in the next 2 weeks. The next section is Mana Makes a Comeback. They basically reworked the mana because they realized they weren't utilizing the upgrades as much as possible. So they're going to make it to where when we buy mana for more activations or spend a few to get more effective activations from using our mana for our abilities. The next is, what about my main? They're rebalancing all the heroes completely entirely. And basically, they gave an example for Greystone's Reforge. And I'm going to go ahead and break this down. It says, damage type adjusted from physical to ability. Enemies damaged by Reforge will no longer knock back or stun. That's a big thing. When Greystone dies, all enemies around him are slowed. This slow is more powerful the closer they are to where he died. Reforge no longer puts Make Way and Assault the Gates on a 5-second cooldown. Also, the cooldown is being reduced for Reforge, Make Way, and Assault the Gates from 240, 180, 120 to 180, 130, and 80, respectively. Next section, let's talk about practice. Basically, they want to move away from 3-tier classification, the Ranger, the Caster, and the Fighter, and move towards hero traits, the way the designers see the heroes as they are now. Now, for example, if a hero is great at accumulating card power, we call that hero a Marauder. Next section, ICU. Shadow Wards are being reworked. That's right, Shadow Wards can be placed down faster. However, wards are now required line of sight like a hero does. Basically, if Gideon's tied around a rock and you place a Shadow Ward right on the other side of the rock, you won't be able to see Gideon until the ward is in sight of Gideon. The next section, last section, Minions in the Mist. No longer will we have shadow pads. Instead, say goodbye to shadow pads and hello fog walls. Now, fog walls will be blocking the line of sights from heroes and shadow wards. So if you place a shadow ward on one side of the fog wall, the other side of the fog wall, you won't be able to see. All right, well, that's it for the article. If you want to read more on this, you can go ahead and click on the link in the description below. But that's all for now. I don't know about you, but I'm getting so excited about this hype. I can't wait till December 6th, and I hope to see y'all on the battlefield. So, as always, I'm Asstastic, and I will see you on the battlefields of Agora.